mean, yeah. How you doing?
Let's see if it's going up. But yeah, we got a wild one today, man. Welcome everyone to the first inning show, and yeah, we're gonna talk about what to do with this Yankee whole management and whole Yankee thingamajig today. Today we got Roger, the big Yankee fan, and we got Michael Caputo. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, man.
Yep.
So what do you think, man? What steps do we need to take right now to make this team better? I mean,
Well, first what I'll do is I'll update on what happened over the weekend. And there was a lost weekend in Philadelphia for the New York Yankees as they lost 8-7. In that game, though, they did hit a bit. LeMahieu had a double. Frazier had a triple. There were home runs from Sanchez, Odor, and LeMahieu hitting a 3-run homer in the ninth inning to tie the game, and they lost an extra inning. Then that game, Ty Allen only pitched a third of an inning, though, and was terrible. Did not have an out pitch at all and gave up 4 runs, and the Yankees lost. And the second game, it was all Phillies as the Yankees were completely shut out. And Herrera, Torres, and Harper all had doubles for the Phillies. And Bohm, Harper, McCutcheon, Segura, and Torres all drove in runs for the Phillies. And the Phillies destroyed the Yankees 7-0. It was a listless, pitiful performance by the Yankees in that second game.
Yeah, man, and also don't forget what's his name, Odor, whatever his name is, his terrible base running, man.
Oh yeah.
He I forgot who it was. Somebody hit a ball to third base and he ran to third base. Like that's something like you don't do. You know, and they teach you this in Little League. You know?
That is the 31st out that the Yankees have made on the bases, and it's not like they are a running team or an aggressive team on the bases. They just have to watch some Little League games to learn how to do the basics on the bases.
Yeah, but I mean, it's happening all the time. It's happening all the time, though.
Yes, it's non-stop. It's non-stop. It's not being improved, and really, I like Boone, but Boone is not really a tactical manager. He's a yes man, a company man, and he really wants to be liked. He wants to be liked by his players, and he lacks the ability to deal with this controversy right now, and with all of this upheaval that is happening. He really does not have a plan to get the Yankees out of this. You know, he is a company man that, wants to be liked and is afraid of failure, and he really lacks the tactical ability to get the Yankees out of this, out of the trouble they are in.
I think it's time. I think it's time for the Yankees to have a Brian Cashman Day next year. Let him retire, and we get somebody else. I think it's time, man. Because I think it's really Brian Cashman's fault.
I don't even want him to have a Brian Cashman Day. I don't want that guy. If you're going to fire him, I don't think they should give him a ceremony. I think he's a joke. He doesn't even deserve to get no farewell. Brian Cashman, all he did was bring nothing but pain to this team for 20 years.
This is true.
One championship in 20 years. That's a failure. That's a failure. One championship in 20 years.
He only got one champion. That's true, man, because those other championships, they were done by Gene Stick Michaels and Bob Watson and them guys. Yeah. You know what I mean? They really had that team.
I mean, they have to sell this team, man. They have to. There's a lot to. There's a lot to get into with this. They have to build from the ground up. There's just really no way around it. And they need a center fielder, a left fielder, a catcher, or they need a first baseman. They need another starter. They need a shortstop. There's a lot, man. There's really a lot. You don't realize the holes on this team. They have a lot of holes. I mean, in everything. They're not going to.
The situation with ownership is something along these lines. Since 2012, the payroll has become a smaller percentage of gross revenue. From 2016 to 2019, average annual payroll was $189 million, while average annual team revenue was $624 million, a much larger gap than in years before. So what the Yankees are really doing is they're cutting costs and increasing revenue.
So wait, what's the
revenue?
point
of signing Garrett Cole then? That's the thing I don't get.
Hold on.
You weren't going to ever go for a World Series. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Hold on. What was the revenue in 2019? Do you have that?
It was somewhere in the $600 to $700 million range.
Wait, their salary was how much at that time?
They're averaging around $189 million for salary each year, so they're making at least $500 million in profits.
Wow, that's a lot of money, man.
Yes, he is. That's what I'm saying. In 2005, the Yankees payroll for their players was $205 million, and now in 2021, it is also $205 million. So what Hal has done is he wants to increase revenue. He's running it like a business. He wants to make profit.
He cares about.
He's not overly concerned. As concerned as his father is about putting a winning product on the field. He runs it like a business, and likes to have yachts and mansions, and is a billionaire worth $1.8 billion. And the Yankees are increasing revenue even last year. You could say they could cry COVID all they want, but they pay no taxes on Yankee Stadium, and the Yes Network has made huge amounts of money for them. And payrolls were cut by 60%, so they didn't really lose much money at all. He wants to increase revenue, and that's how he's running the team.
And he also has $5 million. He's complaining about that they have to stay under luxury tax.
So basically, we have the money to buy a World Series. That's what you're telling me. We have the money to buy a World Series.
They always did.
Hal does not want to go over that luxury tax, which means that the Yankees have about $2 million to play with, and the Blue Jays have a stronger farm system. And the Blue Jays, if the Yankees wait until the trade deadline to do anything, if Hal wants to do anything at all, which I doubt he does, actually. I think he's just going to say Severino and Boyd are going to be our addition players at the deadline, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, Severino's done. Severino's over.
Done.
Yeah, he hurt his knee at the Brooklyn Cyclones, man. So he's over.
He's finished. He's not coming back this season. He's finished. If anything, he comes back in September. His season's over. And I don't know what Brian Cashman says, that we suck but not for long. What is that supposed to mean? Because what does he think, that we're just going to get like a miracle and we're going to make a big trade or bring? Because it either means those acquisitions that Severino, or he means a big trade. Because why would you say that? Oh, we suck but not for long. What is that supposed to mean? Is he trying to be a wise ass, Brian Cashman?
Maybe he's just going. It's just like the Boone Act is getting old. Oh, we're turning the corner. We're getting there. We're getting better at bats. We're blending it out.
Brian Cashman thinks he's a little jokester. He's a little wise guy. He knows the Yankees aren't making the playoffs. He just wants to save face and be like, we suck, but not for long. You think Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner really care if this team doesn't make it? They're just going to stand pat. That's it. They're going to say, we had a bad season. Things went wrong. Really, things went wrong. They were healthy this season. They just underperformed. They were awful this season. They didn't hit. They were an awful team. This is historically one of the worst Yankee teams in history. Yeah. So they're going to actually save face and say, well, we just had one of those bad seasons. But wasn't it supposed to be a World Series caliber team? What happened?
Yeah,
they just went all the way. They went backwards.
They failed to hit, man, and nobody wants to blame the batting coach. I still to this day, it's the batting coach.
He should have been fired. Everyone knows this.
Yeah.
He's not even getting talked about, Marcus Thames.
Yeah.
He should have been gone.
Yeah, he should have been gone.
I can't believe he's still here. They don't want to make changes. That's why I hate this front office. The Mets fired Chili Davis. Look at the Mets right now. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, exactly.
They just beat the Cubs last night 5-2.
Well, why don't the Yankees fire the hitting coach? Nobody wants to do anything in this front office. They just stand pat with everything. Everything just is slow motion. Everything
they just
regressive.
stick with it.
Why is that? Why do other baseball teams make moves and do things when their teams are horrible? Look at the Padres, probably the quickest rebuild in history. Look at the Padres.
Really
the Padres
quick.
Are World Series.
That's true, man. You're right. The
Padres rebuilt overnight.
They did it with Manny Machado.
The Padres are right there. They could win the World Series. Look how quick their rebuild was. I wish we could be in the Padres situation right now. The Yankees don't do things like that. No, they just stand pat, do nothing.
I've been doing a lot of research on the Yankees and reading a lot of articles and a lot of sports writers and articles, and they've been saying all kinds of different things about trades and this and that, but I have not heard a peep from Hal Steinbrenner or a peep from Brian Cashman. They have not been out there. They have not said anything.
No,
because
they're not.
They're MIA. That's why they're an MIA. They always are. They're always missing in action time.
I mean,
they don't even care about this
organization. Look at
Everyone knows they don't.
Look at how long they took them to sign DJ LeMahieu, you know, and they played games with him. So of course they're gonna play games now.
They did the Mariano Rivera. They disrespected every single great player in the team. They disrespected Paul O'Neill. They don't care about nobody.
Joe Torre, the manager. Joe Torre, the manager. Everybody.
They were everybody. A-Rod. You could go
Mark Teixeira. How do you fire Mark Teixeira in the middle of the season? At least. Okay, A-Rod. Okay, I get A-Rod. Okay. But Mark Teixeira, how do you fire him in the middle of the season? Come on. And Jorge Posada.
Their front office is a joke.
Bernie Williams.
They treated Bernie Williams poorly at the end, too.
Bernie Williams.
They did. He was about to go to the Red Sox. I remember Bernie Williams was close to signing with Boston, and the Yankees, at the last second, gave him a better offer, and he signed back with them. He was going to probably leave Bernie.
That's one thing about the Yankees, man, that these guys could be legendary and everything, and this Yankee management, the Brian Cashman people, treat you like crap, man. When it's time to come back and at least go out, all right, you say, all right, I'm a legend. Let me play one more year, and you get your retirement year. You know, something like that. And then, you know, you go like Mariano to every ballpark, and they give you gifts and all that. You know, you can do it. But they don't never want to do that for no ball player. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
They have to, you know, their management is just like, they're run by, they're like neo-Nazis. I hate to say it, but the Yankees front office are like, really, they just don't care. They're stone cold, and they're just like, they have no emotion, no heart, and they run it like it's basically like, you know, like they're a bunch of Nazis. I hate to say it, but the Yankees front office is not kind to nobody.
They don't care. They don't care.
I can't say all of that, but what I can say is they've been rather silent lately.
Yeah, they are.
It's that they don't care, man.
I hope they're listening to this video because they need to make changes. I'm sorry to say, I'm not afraid to expose their front office. Why don't you go out there and sell the team this year? Because they're not going to make the playoffs this year. Instead of Kendall Marte, we keep hearing these rumors about Kendall Marte. What is Kendall Marte going to do for the Yankees?
Exactly,
it's
nothing.
One player.
Nothing. He's not going to do anything.
He's on the team from the contract. He's not making a lot of money, and he is an up-and-coming, young, promising player.
He is, but he's a left. I know, but he's a left-handed bat. We need that, but it's not going to turn the Yankees' season around when they're 9 games out of first place. What is he going to just lift the whole entire team on his shoulders and from 9 games out? We need more than Kendall Marte. We need like 9 things on this team. What is one left-handed bat going to do when the Yankees are 9 games back? You know how impossible it's going to be.
It's I mean, it's hard to come back from this right now, man. The way they're playing is, I mean, they're not going to come back. I think the season is over.
I accept the fact. I'm not even watching this anymore. I'm not watching the games. I shut the games. I'm not watching them. I refuse to watch this team. I think this team's a disgrace. I'm ashamed of them. I'm ashamed of being a Yankee fan. I'm not going to no games. I'm not watching them. I don't know how people are going to go to Yankee games this summer when they're going to have 100% capacity. They should not even go out and support this team. I hope the stadium is empty this year. I hope they lose money again. Because Steinbrenner was complaining last year about that they lost the most money than any other team. I hope it happens again. And then maybe they'll wake up and finally sell this team and rebuild this team.
Because
that's the only way that's gonna.
Because listen, right? How you have the Yankees? I mean, listen, these guys. It is because look, how do you have the management system? I don't know who's running it, but they're just running the system that's in place there. You know what I'm saying? There's really nobody really like making the dream work. I don't see it happening there.
And I feel bad for Garrett Cole. Boy,
it's
he must
a tourist trap
right now, saying I should have signed with the Dodgers. He must be saying, "What did I get myself into signing with this team? Why did I sign here? What is the reason why I signed? I thought I was going to come here to win a World Series with this club, and now we're in rebuild mode." He came from a team, that was in World Series mode. Now they're in rebuild mode again. What is this, 2016? I mean, I thought he was coming here to bring a Yankee to the promised land. What happened? Now we have to start all over again? And why do we have to start all over again? All because we can't hit. What a disgrace.
Listen, right.
Can't freaking hit.
How you expect Yankee fans?
I heard Moose and Nagy in the afternoon on FAN say that the Yankees have about 25 games up until the All-Star break to decide if they're going to be sellers or buyers, because these next 25 games are crucial. And if they continue to play as poorly as they're playing, they might have to be sellers. But if they can turn it around,
if they play,
they have a 25-game window right now. They have a 25-game window right now to turn it around.
Oh yeah, if they play below 500 ball for the rest of the way, they definitely have to be sellers. Because why would they be buying if they're going to be like 12, 13, 15 games out of first place? By then, they're going to be like 15 games out of first, you would think. I mean, I don't think it's going to get any better. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better, don't you think? I mean, they're 9 games out. They certainly haven't given you any evidence of getting better. Let's put it that way. And what's sad is this team could historically go down as one of the worst Yankee teams in modern history. This is probably going to be the worst when they finish, when the season's all over. They might be as bad as the 1965 Yankees. Yeah. Pretty bad.
And you know what, man? And to the Yankee fans that are buying these tickets, man, we're getting suckered, man. Because now we're watching a crappy team play that you promised a dream. Yeah. You promised the dream that Garrett Cole was going to win the World Series and all this, and now we got to pay $35 to sit in the tier reserve? Are you kidding me? $45 for a pinstripe pass? Are you kidding me?
If anybody has plans...
Who's going to the game? If
anybody has plans, go out and enjoy your summer. Don't sit home and watch this team. Go out.
That's ridiculous, man. I mean, who the hell is going to buy those tickets, man? And whoever does buy those tickets, those people who just want to go to a baseball game.
And we're supposed to get 100% capacity in a couple of weeks, right? They said by July. What did they say? By July 1st, we're going to get 100% capacity. What are these fans going to do when they go to the ballpark, though? Watch a team like this and commiserate and watch them lose constantly when they're going to be like 15,
it's not happening,
Who the hell wants to watch that?
I'll tell you my personal experience, Michael. My personal experience is that I enjoy going to the games. I don't like the way the team plays affect the night I had. I enjoyed being at the stadium. I enjoyed being with DX Bomber. I enjoy the atmosphere, and I could be a masochist about the team. I'm a guy that roots for them, whether they're 162-0 or 0-162.
That's really.
And I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there in August, and then again in September. And I'm looking forward to seeing DX Bomber and having a good time regardless of how the Yankees play.
I know. I understand. I respect you. You know, I commend you for that. But, you know, we're supposed to be a winning organization. We're not used to this, Yankee fans. We're not a losing organization. We're a winning organization. Yes, you stick by your team no matter what. I know the whole routine. All fans have to be loyal to their team no matter if they're horrible or they're great. But the fact that the Yankees are the history that we have, this is supposed to be a winning organization. We're supposed to be the most winningest and the greatest team on the face of the earth, right? So now we're gonna sell into this that we got to be bad every single year and miss the playoffs and accept that. I'm not gonna accept that because that's like the Los Angeles Lakers being a bad team every year and never making. They just won a championship last year. The fans would not accept that. The Laker fans would never take that. They would not buy into being a horrible team every year. And we're not that. We're not the Kansas City Royals. We're not the Pittsburgh Pirates. We're not the Florida Marlins. We're not the Seattle Mariners. We're the New York Yankees. And they better do a better job at going back to be what they used to be. Because they were just a World Series team overnight, a couple of months ago. Now all of a sudden we're not. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm not
I don't know how that happened, man. I really don't know how that happened, man. I can't believe it.
I'm not buying into this, that I have to accept that the Yankees are going to miss the playoffs year after year after year when we were getting into the playoffs every year and trying to reach that ultimate goal of winning the World Series. Now I got to accept the fact that we might have to miss the playoffs a couple of years in a row. And we haven't won a World Series in 12 years. I'm sorry, but yeah, there's a lot of loyal fans out there. And then they say, oh, you're a bandwagon fan, and you just like the Yankees because they win. Well, I mean, doesn't everybody like the Yankees because they win? Would you really root for this team if they lost every year? I don't think so.
Nah, man.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I mean,
God bless you, because I wouldn't. You know, I can't.
But I mean, but and the reality of that is though, they are losing fans and they are losing interest of people that want to watch this team and go to games, and that is a fact. There's Yankee fans that are not gonna pay the money to go to watch the game and see how the way they're playing, man. I mean, it's not gonna happen, man. I don't know.
No.
where people think that, but it's not gonna happen, man. And the people that are going to the games, they're all tourists. I mean, Yankee Stadium is a tourist trap. Period. I mean, Yankee Stadium is the new 42nd Street, man. I mean,
it is. It used to be.
They don't care about a winning team.
It used to be a beautiful stadium. It used to be a great stadium.
They know
it was a real baseball stadium.
They know that if they get a family of 4 to come into New York City and get a hotel, they know they can have discounted tickets at those hotels for them to buy, and they'll go to the game and they'll spend the money to buy the food, the drinks, and all that. That's where they get them at. They hit them in the pocket. And for that, for a family of 4, they're gonna spend over $100 there. You see? So it's I mean, you know, it's a tourist trap, man. Yankee Stadium is a tourist trap.
It's not the stadium that it used to be when it was the old Yankee Stadium.
It's not.
I used to enjoy going to games. It was fun. Now it's all about exploring and restaurants and all this other nonsense crap. That's all it is now. You think people are going to Yankee games to watch the Yankees? It's like they're going just to see all the sightseeing. And it's like they could just care less if this team is in last place. They just want to go there and get a meal. And I mean, that's not what Yankee baseball is all about. You go there and watch this team win and win a World Series. And that was supposed to be our ultimate goal. And now it doesn't seem like it is, sadly. It's pretty sad. And Cashman and Steinbrenner and Boone are actually accepting the fact that this is the way the Yankees are going to be this year. And they're just basically, I guess, telling us all fans that we got to bite the bullet then, because there's nothing else that it's pretty sad. And we need a major change then. And these guys
really do. They really do need a major change, man. They really have to make it, man. And you know what? Like you heard Roger say it, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, man. They're gonna keep.
I'm not buying into this.
They're gonna keep Cashman. They're gonna live and die with Cashman. They're gonna live and die with Aaron Boone and whoever else is there. And we're never gonna win because we're not gonna win with this team. It's not gonna. No. I mean, listen. How do you have Giancarlo Stanton healthy and he can't even play in the game? How is that?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
He's only played like 2 times in the last week.
He's fragile because he's brittle. They don't want to play him in the outfield because God forbid he pulls something and that's the end. And they don't want to be responsible for this guy on the injured list. It's ridiculous, and he's making $324 million. That's an absolute joke. That was a terrible trade. I don't get me started with that trade. That trade was awful. Garrett Cole I loved, but I didn't like Stanton. That was terrible. I mean, now we got a guy that can't even play the field, and we got to deal with this guy.
Exactly. How do you have? I think Giancarlo. I mean, I think Giancarlo played in like 2 games, like this, in his whole week.
Yeah.
Only 2 games the whole week.
Now, just great. Things couldn't even get worse for this team.
Exactly.
And they're not even getting injuries that much this year. It just doesn't even matter. They're such a bad team that injury, whether they stay healthy or not, it doesn't even matter because they're so bad hitting-wise. And they're starting pitching. I forgot to mention this. Their rotation is horrible now, actually. Their starter's ERA is 6.26. That's bad. Horrible. So, remember I told you it was just a matter of time before the starting pitching was going to collapse? Well, guess what? It collapsed.
It's starting to, man, because they can't keep playing the way they playing like that. I mean, how do you give motivation to the pitchers? You know,
they don't score runs.
If you're not giving you run
support, how are you going to win games if you don't score 2 or more? They score 2 or 3 or fewer runs. Give me a break. Every game they only scored 9 runs and maybe 3 games this whole entire season. What a joke! Every game it's always like 3 runs. Imagine what the Blue Jays are going to do to them this week. Swept, man. I don't even want to watch this anymore. I'm done. I'm not watching games anymore.
It's really bad, man. I mean, it's really bad, and they need to really make changes. Roger, what kind of changes?
Yeah, my connection. I was saying that this I do agree with that. Giancarlo Stanton is making millions upon millions of dollars, and if he's playing, they're afraid if he's placed in the outfield, his body will explode or something, or fly balls. And it's pathetic that, he, can only play half the sport. And, that he is so fragile. I mean, he's built like a monster. And, he's meanwhile, while he can't even play in the outfield, he's busy bench pressing supermodels on Instagram.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. he could do that, but he can't play the outfield, though. He's so fragile, the guy.
It's bad, man.
It's a joke.
It's bad, man.
I mean, I don't know what's going to save this team. I really don't know what's going to save us. And by the way, Max Scherzer's injured too, so there goes that trade. So it's like, what could the Yankees do now?
Really?
Yeah, he won the injured list with a groin injury. So Scherzer's going to be out for a while. So I don't know, like, with the Yankees, who they're going to trade for if they're going to get started pitching and offense. I mean, what players are they going to?
There's someone you can take off the scrap heap on the cheap. That's the Yankee style lately. So Cole Hamels is going to be having a show. It's going to be having a show. He's 37 years old, Cole Hamels. You can take him off the scrap heap.
I don't know if that's going to do anything for them. They're going to go nowhere with that move. I'd rather trade for Luis Castillo, but he's having a horrible, horrible season. And Kyle Hendricks is having a horrible year. And I don't think Kyle Hendricks is going to get traded now because the Chicago Cubs are really, really good this year. So I doubt he goes anywhere. Because the only way they trade somebody is if their team is out of it. So Hendricks isn't going anywhere, but he's having a bad year as well. So who really is the other options? And the Yankees are so bad this year. What's going to save this team? What's going to bring them back into the playoff hunt? I mean, what player do you know that's going to... I don't think Mike Trout could save this team.
You need a whole team. You need a whole team to bring these guys back, man. You need a whole team.
Yeah.
I mean...
You're not going to just come back with one player.
With this type of diversity that they have, they're not doing no hit and runs. They're not gelling, man, together.
No.
You know?
Nothing. They don't want to win.
Odor does nothing but strike out.
That was a terrible. Oh my God, Odor is terrible. What do you think the Texas Rangers DFA'd him for? And the Yankees are stupid enough to pick the guy up.
Yeah, now we have him for 2 years now. He got him this year and next year.
Yeah, he hasn't been good since 2016, Odor. He had one good year, and that was it. He punched up Batista in the face, big deal. The guy hasn't been good since then. The Yankees should just DFA that guy. He's awful, Odor. He can't hit. He's horrible. He's a 230 hitter. He's not make or break, this guy.
Well, the team batting average is 228 for the Yankees.
Oh, that's horrible.
228?
Everything's...
That's the team batting average.
Holy cow!
What a surprise! It's always low. What about their? What are they leading with runners in scoring position? They're definitely in last place. And what about
something like 190 or something? I don't have.
Yeah, and they're probably last in runners in scoring position.
They're 14th in the American League in runs scored, 12th in the American League in batting average, and they are, even though the production for offense is down quite a bit this season, they are down at the bottom of the league.
Wow.
They're down at the bottom of the league with everything. Runs, hits, RBIs, average, runners in scoring position. They make the worst base running mistake. You name it. Defensively, they're terrible. That's why the
goal was to hit into double plays and bounce, hit into double plays and make base running boo-boos. They would be running away.
Oh, of course. That's why I don't see this team going anywhere this year if they don't drastically change things around now. Because I
just want to say for tonight, the Yankees are facing the Toronto Blue Jays up in Buffalo, and they're facing Hyun-Jin Ryu. And Montgomery is playing for the Yankees. And the odds makers obviously have the Blue Jays as heavy favorites at this point because the Blue Jays have been passing, especially up in Buffalo, and they're taking into consideration the way the Yankees have played recently.
The Yankees are a tough watch, man. There's no way around it. It's just brutal to watch, and it's a shame that we have to suffer.
They're bad. They're boring.
Unwatchable.
I've heard many Yankee fans call them unwatchable.
Yeah, man. Hey,
most fans have thrown in the towel. Most of the fans that I know.
It's true, man. Shout out to Henry on the check-in. He said that the Yankees are turning in slowly into the Knicks. I've been saying that for a long time.
The Knicks are better than the Yankees. The Knicks have a brighter future. That's not even
right.
You know what we turned into? We're like the New York Jets now. I think the Yankees have turned into the New York Jets. How about that?
Ooh, the Jets. Yeah. Oh, man.
The Jets. Well, how about the Jets?
You can't get no worse than that, man. The Jets, man. Unless you want to be like the Cleveland Browns that don't win a game.
Yeah, something like that. We're like the Jets. The Jets are a freaking dumpster fire.
Yeah, man, that's sad, man. We can't see the Jets ever win it. I feel.
And the Jets never even make it to the playoffs. They're really bad.
I mean, the Jets are so bad that I'm a Giants fan, and you root for the Jets just to see them win, like just to try.
Yeah,
It's hard. It's bad, man. That's how bad it is. with that. And that
it is. There's no flash, man. I mean, I've thrown in the towel already, Frank. Have you thrown in the towel? I think most of you.
Yeah, I've thrown in the towel already. I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of the season and call it a day.
You know what I do. I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to seeing DX Bomber in August.
I'm not looking
to go to the games. We're going to do our thing, and the Yankees will play however they play. That's all.
I'm gonna just I'm gonna look forward to the All-Star game. I'm gonna look forward to the Hall of Fame introduction.
Yeah, I know. It's just a shame because we had something to look forward to this season. I mean, we thought the Yankees were going to win it this year, and this whole summer is going to go to waste now. It's a shame because I wanted to watch an exciting team and see this team make a big run. And now, where's the ultimate pastime now? Where's the pastime? There's no pastime.
Nowhere, man.
Now we got to be sitting.
They really lost where they came from, man. You know, they really forgot where they came from, man. You know,
we got to sit through 3 months of torture. Not me, not I. I'm not doing that. I'm not sitting through 3 months of torture. No way. Not me. You guys could sit through it. God bless you guys. Love doing the show, you guys, but I'm not sitting through this torture.
I'm just gonna go there just for batting practice, just to try to catch a ball and be on the big screen, man. That's it, man. That's all I got, man. Yeah. Other than that, I'm not gonna see a playoff.
You know not this year, anyways. We saw a play. We see the playoffs every year with the Yankees, and they always lose in the playoffs. What's to say? Even if they do get in the playoffs as a wild card, right?
They're not making.
They're gonna lose again.
They're not gonna make the wild card. They're not gonna make the wild card because
no, they're gonna disappoint. You know how devastated you're gonna be again. You're gonna be even more devastated.
We're too far down, man. We're too far down in our division. It's not gonna happen. With the wild
and it's going to be worse if they get to the playoffs and lose again. They're going to be like, why did we even get to the playoffs? We should have missed the playoffs.
It's going to be
and then Brian Cashman and all his goons are going to bring the same thing back in the same front office. So might as well just not make it this year.
And you know what's going to happen, right? And you know what happens, right? If the crazy part, if they do make the playoffs, right? You know what's going to happen? The Yankee front office, they're going to skyrocket them playoff tickets like no other. And where you have to, you have to give blood.
And then next year they're going to go with the same attitude again. We made it. We got there. We were 9 games out. Everybody's carrying us out, and we made the playoffs. That's going to be their goal.
Exactly.
And then they're going to say next year we're just that much closer. We made it again, but we lost. But now we're getting closer. They say that every year.
Sell us another dream.
Yeah.
Yep.
Michael, at this point, we just have to watch the games and see how they do. And we're just beating a dead horse right now, going over how bad they are. We all know how bad they are. Who knows, maybe by September we can look back on these radio shows from June and say, wow, remember when we were talking that way in June? And look how they turned it around.
Well, you know what it is, Raja, I like to turn a negative into a positive, because sometimes, actually a lot of times when people, when we talk negative, it does turn into a positive, because then when we're too positive, it doesn't go anywhere. So sometimes when you talk negative, it does turn into positives, and a lot of times it doesn't. Maybe this will turn into a positive. So maybe.
Yeah, man. I mean, it works, man. When you start talking bad about a player, they start doing better.
Yeah, maybe they're watching the show. Maybe they're all listening, and the players and the front office, and maybe now they're going to put their heads together and say, we can't do this anymore. We have to wake up.
As they say, take your head out your ass, and let's get this going, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, George Steinbrenner right now. If this man was alive right now, you know the people that would have been fired on this team right now if he was alive right now. He would have been an old guy. Do you know how this whole team would have been pretty much ripped apart?
He would have been swinging with his cane. He would have been swinging with his cane, bro. The hell out of here. Yeah.
He would have been. He would have been really old, but he would have been 90 something, I think. But he would have been still probably getting fired up, Steinbrenner.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I think he would have been. But anyway, I guess we end the show here, man. We said everything, and I think the Yankees could turn it around someday. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe not. Well, hopefully, man. Toronto today. Anyway, look for Vladimir Jr., man, to hit a home run, and Bichette to hit a home run too. So, everybody, thanks for watching. Henry, what's up on the check-in? And I'll see y'all on the next one. So long, everybody, and see ya.